we want you to join our Mardi Gras Day crew. We have got delicious tasting teas inspired by my love of everything Mardi Gras. Friends, my name is Joy. I'm the owner of Sub Rosa Tea. We're a small company based in Northern Ohio, and we will ship anywhere in the United States. I know you're thinking, what? A girl from Ohio dressed so silly to celebrate Mardi Gras? Yeah, sure, why not? I'm a foodie. I love the flavors of Mardi Gras, and I think you will too because they are in our tea. These teas have no calories, no carbs, no sugar, but all the great taste you have come to expect from Mardi Gras. You want a go cup? We've got it. You want to throw? We've got that too. Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you all about it. First, got to make sure we're linked up. Friends, I see lots of people watching. Don't be shy. You've got to leave me a comment so I can see your name. I want to say welcome. Okay, tell me this. Anybody watching? Have you been to Mardi Gras? Have you been to New Orleans? It is a fabulous place. Now, first, let me tell you about Mardi Gras, because you might be thinking, okay, it's January, what's the deal? It's true. So, the season, as referred to as Carnival, actually started on January 6th. It starts on the 12th night, which is 12 days of Christmas, the 12 days after Christmas. So, it did already start on January 6th. Mardi Gras itself, in French, means Fat Tuesday, and I bet you've heard of that. Fat Tuesday this year is February 13th, so we've got to get on the ball. We've got to make sure you get these Mardi Gras teas to you ASAP so you can start your celebration. Now, if you can't make it to New Orleans, I totally understand, but we're going to bring some of the fun to you. Some of the fun things about Mardi Gras is a go cup. Yes, you've got to bring your drink to go. So I'm going to tell you about how you can get one of these for free. It's right. Yes, hey there. Oh, I see someone downloaded our app, but hasn't filled out the information yet, so you're showing up as a guest. If you buy something, promise me you're not going to check out before you put your name and address in there. Hi, Linda and Melissa. Thanks for watching. Melissa says she's never been to New Orleans. Hey there, Linda. Happy New Year to you. That reminds me, that's a good thing for me to talk about too. Friends, we have over 100 flavors of loose leaf tea that we sell all year. Those are available both on our mobile shopping app and on our website. You can find those under the tab called loose leaf tea. The tea I'm going to talk about today are limited edition. As you can imagine, Mardi Gras is actually a pretty condensed period of time. So we're only going to have these teas for a very short period of time. So if you're interested, make sure you buy them soon, steep them up, see if you like them. If you want more, make sure you buy more ASAP. Some of these we do have limited quantities of, especially the Go Cup. We definitely have limited edition quantities of this, and the Go Cup is only available with the bundle, so I'll tell you all about that too. And Linda had wished me Happy New Year, which reminded me to tell you we have other themes too. So while you are thinking about your Mardi Gras selection, also consider we have a New Year celebration collection, 6 delicious teas. It's still the beginning of the new year. You're going to want to get yourself some of those. And this entire month of January, we have accepted the Dry January Challenge. If you haven't heard about that, it's giving up alcohol. And I say you can easily give up alcohol for the month of January because you can replace your favorites with our delicious loose leaf tea. We do have tea inspired by iconic cocktails, and that's called our Dry January collection. You'll want to give those a gander as well. I don't have them in the queue, so for those of you watching on the app, they're not in the queue, but if you're shopping on the website or on the app, you can easily find them. The app, you can find them on the What's New page. On our website, you can find them on the limited edition page. Again, those are limited edition flavors. We're only going to have them for a short period of time. Linda said she's never been to New Orleans either. Well, I want to tell you, or refresh your memory, New Orleans actually was founded back in 1718 by a French man, as you can imagine. But Mardi Gras has been going on since 1730. Not a lot of traditions, can we say, are that old in the United States. So I gotta say, that is pretty cool. Mardi Gras has been going on a very, very long time. And while things have definitely evolved, a lot of things haven't changed at all, which I think is really cool. The parades started all the way back then, and masquerade balls, how fancy, right? New Orleans actually expects 1 million visitors annually to come for the Mardi Gras season. That is astounding to me. That sounds like a lot. That sounds like a big crowd. I'm not really a fan of crowds like I used to be. So I love that we can bring some of the taste of Mardi Gras straight to you. Yes, friends, we will ship anywhere in the United States. I also wanted to say that some of the fun things that you get if you go to a Mardi Gras parade is a throw. It's something that the people on the floats in the parades will throw out, and it is definitely a treat when you get something like that. Trinkets, shoes, purses, beads, of course, and blooms, all kinds of fabulous things. So when you buy our Mardi Gras bundle, you'll get all 6 teas in this collection, and I'm going to give you the option to receive a hurricane cup and the 3 beads. Friends, I'm not actually going to charge you for these, okay? It's just so fun. If you don't want them, it's okay. You have that option, but if you do, completely free of charge, you're just paying for the postage. This option is available with the bundle. But before we talk about the bundle, let's talk about the combo pack. Because if you are going to be celebrating Mardi Gras the right way, you're going to go to the parade and you've got to have your tea with you. I love this shade of purple. It is so iconic for Mardi Gras. Now, as you can see what I'm wearing, I think everyone knows the really iconic colors of Mardi Gras: yellow, green, purple. I think if I'm remembering correctly, they stand for justice, power, and faith. Very cool. This purple just happens to be the exact shade of Mardi Gras purple. I think you're gonna love it. The lid unscrews the cap, and that's the part that you're going to drink out of. You remove the lid, and inside is an infuser basket. Friends, we sell loose leaf tea, so you need the basket for the tea leaves, of course, and the lid unscrews. So fine mesh infuser with a lid. This bottle is called our Everest tumbler. We do sell them separately if you're interested. The tumbler holds 22 ounces, which is almost 3 cups of tea, which is perfect for you going to a Mardi Gras parade because it's going to take you a while. I know that the celebration definitely lasts all day long, right? So the Everest tumbler is perfect for that. Now, when you're done with Mardi Gras, you're still gonna love this tumbler because it steeps up both hot and cold. Here again, friends, I'm from Northern Ohio. It's like in single digits right now. It is so cold outside. But guess what this tumbler does? It keeps your tea hot for 10 hours. Now, if you like iced tea, all these teas are good cold or hot, completely your choice, but the iced tea will stay cold all day. You can actually steep our tea right in the refrigerator to make yourself iced tea and take it to go. Hi, Jennifer. How are you today? Hey, Jennifer, what are you sipping on right now? We have got some really great flavors in this collection. So the combo pack, you get your choice of color on the Everest tumbler. We do have other options on the color size here. The bundle is the tea. In the Mardi Gras bundle, you do have a choice of, you should see an option that you can choose just the bundle of tea or the bundle of tea with a hurricane cup. This is a plastic cup. It holds 16 ounces, hand wash only, but again, super fun for your Mardi Gras celebration. Oh yes, and 3 beads, 3 strands of beads, a green, a yellow, or gold, a green, a gold, and a purple, of course. Let's get to the tea. Okay, king cake. King cake is up first. This is a black tea. This Mardi Gras collection has 6 teas, 3 black, 3 that are caffeine free. Black tea has approximately 60 milligrams of caffeine per 8-ounce cup. Absolutely fabulous, hot or cold. If you do not know what king cake is, it's kind of a cross between a coffee cake and an iced cinnamon roll. So there's definitely great depth of flavor, great amount of spices, definitely cinnamon. I would have to say that's really common. Now, some king cakes will have fruit and cream cheese. Our king cake tea focuses more on the sweet cinnamon and sweet notes. So it does have maple. It has maple and cinnamon. It's smooth, gorgeous, and fun. I did put little baby sprinkles in, like a crown. I know if you know about actual king cakes, you might be asking yourself, am I gonna find a little plastic baby in there? If you don't know, king cakes are typically served round. Like if you're gonna use like a bundt pan, it's round with a hole in the center. And again, it's normally always with spices and sweet notes, but sometimes other fillings. But specifically, they normally always, in a king cake, hide a little plastic baby. It's absolutely so tiny. And it's said that the person who finds the little baby in their slice of king cake, one, will have luck for the whole year. So of course I'm going to wish that on you. Two, has to bring the king cake next year. Well, my goodness. And I have to tell you, my personal preference is to maybe add some crown sprinkles. I could not, for the life of me, put a plastic baby in your tea. I couldn't do it. So judge me all you want. I just had to skip that tradition. But I gotta tell you, the flavor's all there. So if you've ever had king cake, I promise you, you're gonna love this tea. It is so delicious. We do have it available in 3 sizes. Next up, the Sazerac. I know that people watching live have not actually been to New Orleans. I gotta tell you, the Sazerac is really iconic and fabulous. It's a drink that you don't always see outside of the city. But you're going to see it here because it does make a fabulous cup of tea. The Sazerac. Now, the Sazerac is a rye whiskey. So it has a very iconic, very, very specific taste. This tea does too. I have used star anise to mimic all of the flavors, not all, but the iconic flavor in this tea. It has a lot of depth of flavor. If you are accustomed to the Sub Rosa tea brand, you know I love my gourmet flavors, but this is very uniquely different than anything else that we sell. I happen to love it. It is unique, but it is definitely one of those that I want in winter. I love it this time of year. I love steeping it at 195. That's my personal preference instead of boiling. Those of you that have purchased our programmable kettle, make sure you use that 195 setting for your black teas. Again, it will get stronger if you steep it longer. So don't necessarily add more tea if you want something really strong, like if you're going to add ice. A Sazerac is a cold cocktail, which is great for dry January, right? Let's celebrate dry January with a Sazerac tasting tea. It's awesome. So really just a lot of depth of flavor. I do like my tea strong, but I don't like it bitter. So the tea can get bitter if you steep it longer. I want all the flavor notes. It has got a lot of depth of flavor in here. There's a million ingredients. So the caramel does come through. The caraway seeds are going to come through here, but it also has some sweet apple notes to it as well, like a whiskey does. So do look for that. It is part of the collection. It's a really great one to give it a try. You might like it. It's just really, really unique. Next up. The third black tea in our Mardi Gras collection, Bananas Foster. Bananas Foster. Exactly. So delicious, so iconic for the region of New Orleans and Louisiana. Definitely very French inspired, perfect for this collection. It really lent itself to tea. Now, I do want to say for those of you watching live, if you bought it last year, the recipe has changed. I couldn't help myself. I found a better way to do it. So Bananas Foster, if you're not familiar with it, it's kind of like a cheesecake. So yes, good banana notes, but it's got that creamy texture to it, and it normally has a drizzle of caramel sauce over it. So this tea has it too. Big pieces of caramel and banana. It is creamy though. It really, really is. This is a black tea. So again, it has caffeine. It is heaven cold steeped. Bananas Foster is not all, it's a warm dessert, but it has layers because it's cold cheesecake with a warm caramel sauce. So the tea is perfect. It is nice and smooth and sweet on its own. Make sure you taste it before you add any sweetener. I love it just the way it is. But for those of you who like lattes, definitely splash of cream is just gonna bump it up a notch. Absolutely perfect. I love the Bananas Foster. I can't wait for you to try it. Hi, Andrea. How are you? Hey, Andrea, have you been? I think you live in the South, if I'm not mistaken. Have you ever been to Mardi Gras? Have you been to New Orleans, even if it wasn't for Mardi Gras? I don't know that I'd be up for visiting with 1 million people, but it is a beautiful city, so I'd lean in towards a different time of year, my personal preference at this point in my life. Friends, our Mardi Gras collection has 3 black teas and 3 that are caffeine free. Up first, we have our Barks Root Beer. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Joy, what's the deal? Why? What's going on here? I thought we were talking about tea. We are! Okay, first of all, root beer started as tea like 1,000 years ago, friends. Really, it did. We knew to put all of these ingredients together. And yes, it's been called root beer for quite some time because it's roots. It really is. Does that sound funny to you? I love it. So at some point, a young man in New Orleans came up with an idea to make it into soda. So soda came after the tea. So we're into the original area here. And again, the young man was in New Orleans who discovered Barks Root Beer. So when you're in town, you're strolling around, you're getting yourself some fabulous eats in town, you gotta have a Barks Root Beer, absolutely. Now, for those of you who, I still see Barks Root Beer in my grocery store. I've had it. It's quite iconic, but it tastes different to me than other brands. It is very specific. So I did have to work pretty hard to make sure the tea tasted just like it. You've got to see this. It is gorgeous. So I know normally I do start my videos with, we sell loose leaf tea. So if you didn't hear that part, it's not in the tea bag. So it is loose leaf, which means you buy it by weight. So you get to decide how weak or strong you make it. This one in particular is quite strong on its own, but keep in mind it's an herbal tisane, which means there's no tea in it. This is your opportunity to get a lovely cup of tea. Use the boiling water. Again, if you have our programmable kettle, use that boiling water setting. That's where it's from. Now, I know that some of you are like, girl, I like my root beer cold. That is fine. But my personal preference is steep it hot. Again, it's not tea. It's all the other stuff. It's root beer, right? It's roots and a lot of other good herbs and seasonings, right? So it does have that cinnamon and ginger and cloves. It's got a lot of ingredients, quite frankly. But it's one that really is going to be tasty if you steep it hot. Now, again, I like my root beer. I do like soda. I like the bubbles. So the way I would do it is I would steep it up hot in like a 1/3 cup water, like all the tea. I'm going to make myself a 16 ounce, right? So 2 scoops of tea, a 1/3 cup water. I'm going to steep it. When it's done, I'm probably going to chill that. And when I'm ready to drink it, I've made a concentrate. Does that make sense? A 1/3 cup water. I've really concentrated the flavor, and I'm going to chill it. When I want to drink my root beer, I'm going to then add my concentrate to bubbles. Club soda, a Sprite, a 7-Up, something like that. You can add it to the bubbles. What's neat about root beer is that you can even do, sugar-free. They have diet ginger ale now. They have diet club soda. You do have options of seltzer water to make sure you can get your bubbles in with your tea. You can do it. And I really do think you're going to love it. Oh, Melissa just chimed in. She said the root beer tea is amazing. Thank you for that. We've had the root beer tea before, and it is one of my best sellers. It is, and it's caffeine free, just like the soda, the iconic soda. I think A&W, I think all root beers are caffeine free, if I'm not mistaken. I suppose they could add caffeine, but all the ones I've had, they're caffeine free, and so is the tea. So do give that a try. That reminds me, while we're talking about it, we do have 2 flavors of root beer. This is Barks Root Beer. It is very different than the root beer float that we sell with the Malt Shop collection. So Malt Shop, I have my calendar off to the side. Oh yeah, Malt Shop is not coming out until September this year. So you've got some time, so do give them both a try. Next up, another delicious tea. We have had this in the past. Very iconic and fabulous. Strawberry punchki. Again, friends, if you are missing out if you don't know what a punchki is. I gotta tell you, Fat Tuesday comes, everybody needs this. It's a filled donut. So here in Northern Ohio, we have Fat Tuesday too. We can go get ourselves a punchki in just about any flavor. But this is by far our best seller. This is strawberry. Again, a very unique blend. It does have strawberries and kiwis in it. It's got lots of nice fruit. It's a tisane, which means it's caffeine free. Those of you with a sweet tooth, oh, this is the tea for you. Like a jelly-filled donut. What can I say? It's sweet. It is naturally sweet because of the fruit. It's fabulous. So this is one of our best-selling teas that we sell all year. Everyone loves this tea. This is a really good one also to have cold. It's great for the summertime, but now's the time to buy it. This is a limited edition. It is part of Mardi Gras. We will only have it for a limited time. So if you like this, do make sure that you get yourself a second bag because it's heaven in the summer. Just a classic taste. Hey there, Miss Paula. Hi. Oh, she says, my husband's family lived in New Orleans during junior and high school. How fun. And Paula said she's visited there. Oh, during Mardi Gras. It's a little too much, right? Lots of fun stories. Oh, Paula, I can't wait to hear more about your experience. Again, our Mardi Gras celebration has got to have a punchki, and ours is a strawberry, so I do hope you'll give it a try. Number 6, but certainly not least, we have our Cafe au Lait. Again, very iconic for the city, for the region, not just the Mardi Gras celebration. A Cafe au Lait, I normally have a huge mug of this tea. I absolutely love it. Yes, it does have coffee type notes. Yep, we sell tea here. Yes, we have tea that tastes like coffee. You better believe it. This one is caffeine free though. It really does satisfy my craving for everything. It really does. But specifically, Cafe au Lait typically has chicory root in it. This tea has dandelion root, so it is perfect for those cravings. It's perfect for the taste. It's nice and sweet. Oh, I think you're gonna love it. Now, this tea does not, again, I called it Cafe au Lait because it's very iconic. It really does taste that good. It doesn't have any dairy in it. So if you are accustomed to that, you're welcome to add it. It's tea. You certainly can. My personal preference is to steep it hot though. You can absolutely drink it hot or cold, your choice, but I think the flavors really do come through when you use boiling water. And this one, again, it's a tisane. So there's no tea plant in it, but it is delicious. That reminds me though, we have 2 more. They're not in the Mardi Gras collection. So the 6 I just talked about were the Mardi Gras collection, but we do have some more. And I had just mentioned that in New Orleans, the tea has chicory. That's very iconic. We have a tea that tastes like that. Coffee and chicory. That's the taste notes coming through, and that's Cafe Latte. We have had this tea for years and years. We sell it all year. Very, very popular for us. If you don't like coffee, you're probably not going to like this tea, but if you are a coffee drinker and coffee is upsetting your belly, it could be because of the acid. Coffee has acid. That's normally what gives older drinkers a tummy ache when they're drinking too much coffee. This tea is perfect. It is nice and smooth. It's depth of flavor just like coffee, but it's tea. There's no acid, so it's not going to affect your taste like that. The Cafe Latte is a black tea, so it does have caffeine. Coffee has around like 100 milligrams of caffeine per 8-ounce cup. Cafe Latte, our black tea, is around 60. So you're going to cut back a little, which is okay. I don't think you're going to get like a huge drop off in notice. It's not like going cold turkey from drinking a lot of caffeine every day to drinking none. It's less, which is nice. It's a beautiful, a really delicious cup of tea. Also, because we're talking about Mardi Gras, New Orleans, we got to talk about beignets. Beignets were introduced a couple years ago in our Mardi Gras collection. Everyone loved our beignets. Well, in addition, we had to make it permanent because people asked me for it all year. I couldn't have it limited edition. People wanted to drink beignets all year. But also, though, we have a fairy tale collection. Now, our fairy tale inspired collection is a caffeine-free collection. There is a fairy tale where beignets are the focus, Tatiana. So, Tatiana's beignets are now available all year. It is a caffeine-free tea. It is delicious, it is creamy, it is smooth, it has very light hazelnut and cinnamon in the background. It is heaven, and I can see why people ask me for it. So if you came here thinking, oh, beignets must be back in stock, let me tell you, they've been in stock for quite some time because I couldn't help myself. So they are caffeine-free, and they are available all year currently. That's all I can say about that, but it's under the Fairy Tale collection. Oh yes, hi Laura, how are you? She says she loves the beignet and drank it today. Are you celebrating Carnival? Or is it the season, right? Oh, I just love the beignets. It is definitely something that I crave. Talking about flavors and profiles and just really iconic flavors of the season, of the region, of Mardi Gras. It's fun, right? It is. It's just fun. And I think it's really fun. There's no sugar, so there's no guilt and there's no crash afterwards. So definitely tons of fun there. Friends, I am done with today's presentation. Everything is available online. You can buy it at subrosatea.com or of course on our mobile shopping app. I am going to scroll up through all of the comments from today to make sure I didn't miss any questions. But if I don't see any, I wanted to just remind you that 2 Sundays from now, on January 28th, we will be introducing our Breakfast in Bed collection. Our Valentine's Day collection has kind of morphed into a little bit more of self-care and pampering and breakfast in bed collection. So that'll be on January 4th, and then again, more new tea on February 4th, and that's coming up. I gotta say it is. February 4th, a brand new tea collection. So do plan to join us on every Sunday. Okay, I'm looking, I think I got everyone. Thank you friends for joining me live. I sincerely appreciate it. No matter what you do with the rest of your day, have yourself a cup of tea and take care of you. Bye-bye, friends.